I know that you guys both saw Cloud Atlas, so I want you guys to share your thoughts on that. Whoever wants to go first.
All right, Dean, do you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I would like to go first because I went into this film looking at its ridiculously long 6-minute trailer that I saw. You know, it was, I don't know if it was the real trailer or if it was just something that was done overseas or whatever. But I looked at this trailer and I thought, this movie looks like a mess. But really, with a movie like Cloud Atlas, how could you reduce it down to like even a 6-minute trailer? It's just, you know, it's just ridiculously packed.
I don't even think you could reduce it to a 20-minute trailer, honestly.
It is so packed, full of greatness that I just can't even describe it. You know, I'm not even going to try and describe what it's about because of course, it's based on David Mitchell. David
Mitchell's book, which was considered unfilmable, and I would be the first to go with that. I mean that's. Yeah. I mean, it's now. I mean, I think they. I mean, he even came out and said they understood it. All three of them understood it better than he did when he was writing it.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm thinking now that the book was really primed to be a movie. Actually, you know, like maybe he didn't realize he was actually writing something for films. But I know that it's you know, hailed in the literary circles as being a masterpiece, although a difficult one.
Mm-hmm. But no, it is difficult. I couldn't get through. I mean, it's a very hard book to get through. It is not easy. It is something you got to put back down and try again later. I mean.
Right.
It's not an easy book.
Well, that's where the movie comes in and actually kind of maybe saves it in some ways, because I felt like the movie was totally. I could get it. I got it. You know, I got it immediately. There was no problem in getting it. Yes, it's 3 hours long. Yes, it has some moments in it that I felt were dull, particularly in the post-apocalyptic moments with Tom Hanks and Halle Berry. You know.
Well, let me ask you this: what is it about? And I don't mean plot. What is the thematically? What is it about?
Well, it's about the connections that we all share with each other in our own contemporary times, and also with all of the souls that are past, long buried, and yet to be born.
It's kind of about that. I mean, I agree with that, but I also think. I don't know if there's one meaning to the film. I think you can also say the movie is definitely about the inherent right of every living thing to be free. I think that is. I mean, this film tackles. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about Tom Tykwer, and who's a great German director, but I think this film tackles a lot of the things that the Wachowski siblings have been dealing with since the first Matrix film. And that go into even V for Vendetta, even Bound for that matter, if you really want to go back to the very beginning. But there are a lot of philosophical ideas. But it is about freedom. It is about doing the right thing. But it's also, with all these 6 time periods, it's very interesting. If your soul does really, how should we say it, you want to go reincarnation or something, if you want to use those characters, there is the possibility you do become a better person. And also, as each life cycle goes, you become a worse person. It doesn't always even out.
Or even the same person.
The same, yeah. I mean, I think there's some of these characters are, I think there's one character I'm thinking of in particular. If you're a dick in one life, you're going to be a dick in every single one of them.
Yes. That would be Hugh Grant, I think.
That and Hugo Weaving. I thought Hugo.
Yes.
And I think that comes. But it's about. I mean, if you really now, I'm really tempted to go back and watch the whole Matrix trilogy again. when I have some time in a couple months, just because this really does address a lot of the things that they're obsessed with. It's almost like David Mitchell sort of like did them a favor. I'm going to write them this thing, and maybe, I mean, this is maybe what the Matrix trilogy should have been in many ways.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that the Matrix is what it is. This is a quite different movie than the Matrix, though. It is so ridiculously packed with stuff to enjoy. I mean, it's kind of like an anthology, just like Mitchell's book, from what I understand. It's kind of like an anthology movie or a book of short stories that has been jumbled around and is actually emerges as part of the same story, you know. And oh God, it was just.
And it ends on a huge note of hope.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it is the most optimistic movie I've seen in a sense of a hope for the human species, probably since the end of maybe 2001 in that regard.
It really hits all those notes. It hits all those notes of complete, utter despair. I mean, and just the complete, utter hope. And yes, I would say that it does bear comparison to 2001 in that respect as well. It is just so great. I loved it.
Good.
I actually think it's worthwhile. It is definitely worthwhile seeing in the theater. And given the length, I did not want to get up at all to do anything. I was afraid I was going to miss something. So it's 3 hours, and that is, it's not, I did not know, it went by very quickly. I did not think the movie dragged at all, and I was prepared for it to drag, just given the two Matrix sequels at times do drag. This doesn't drag at all. I mean, this really, you're so engrossed, I think.
It had moments of dragginess. Just moments, though, and particularly, like I said, in those moments of the post-apocalyptic thing, that's way, way far in the future. But because I did have difficulty understanding, as I assumed is the case in the book, because I've read a little bit of the book, that sort of
their dialect is not easy. It takes.
Yeah, it's not easy, and I feel that the movie will benefit when it comes out on DVD to actually watch the film with that dialect actually down there in subtitles.
Still easier to understand than Tom Hardy and Lawless, though. Okay, still easier to understand than Tom Hardy or Brad Pitt and Snatch. I will say that.
Or even what's his name in Trainspotting? What's his name?
It's still easier.
How did they work out the directing duties? Like, what did Tom Swank do?
The brother and sister directed several, and then Tiger. They actually say that in the credits. What segments they directed?
Which segments they directed?
Okay.
Yeah. And you can feel, that's one of the wonderful things about the movie is that you can feel the change up in even though you don't know who's directing who while you're watching it, who's directing what. You can feel the change up in moods and concentration. And in all of the different segments, and I mean they are. I mean you can watch it. There'll be one scene, and it'll flip over to another in one time period, and it'll flip over to another time period, and flip back over to another time period, all in the space of 3 shots. Mm-hmm. So it is really, really something. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I
think it's a lock for editing and makeup.
Editing, but costume design.
Yeah, I mean it's a lock for all these.
Cinematography, score. I mean,
it's got everything.
It would be ridiculous not to see it in all of those categories. Plus, Jim Broadbent is, I mean, it's got a great cast. By the way, I'll also stay through the credits, because when they show you the credits, and they show you
everyone who played
everybody who's playing what, you know, all the characters that they play, it is astonishing. I mean, I have never been in a movie where the credit sequence garnered so many gasps in the audience.
Yeah, I know.
This did. It was really something. I mean, and oh God, I mean, but Jim Broadbent is so great in it. He plays 6 roles in it, and I think that he's the acting king of the movie as far as I'm concerned. But boy, everybody's great in it. I just really adored it from top to bottom.
No, it was very well done.
Well, you guys are a lot more enthusiastic about it than a lot of people I've read. But yeah, that's interesting.
Because it's hopeful. There's something very hopeful about the movie.
Yeah, who likes that?
But I mean, and I know people.
What do you think it is that turns some critics off of it? Because I had read some commentaries on it previous to going to see it, and boy, they just didn't get it at all. They
you know what? I think that there's kind of a not a hypocrisy, but an arrogance among a lot of critics that when a movie comes out that's very ambitious, there seems to be like a tone of, you know, who do you think you are to some of the reviews.
Yeah.
And I noticed the same thing with Tree of Life.
Tree of Life, it's a successful version, I think. Actually, if I wanted to describe the movie, it's a fully realized version of Aronofsky's The Fountain. It's like everything I think that Aronofsky wanted to do with The Fountain in terms of scope, but was severely limited. And here it's something. I mean, this is a film I think that if you watch a triple feature of this, The Fountain, and Tree of Life, it's a very interesting.
It might make your mind explode.
But that's good, though. I mean, that's good, though. But I think they're all 3 very heavy idea movies, themes about, you know, very large canvas movies. It's just The Fountain didn't have the budget it originally wanted to explore that. And the Cloud Atlas, I think, has, of all of them, has an unlimited facility to work with, and it's just awe-inspiring.